Hey, what's up? This is Jeff from BKJmacTV. This is the BKJmac live experience, and I'm bringing it live to you from this podcast. One of the things I wanted to talk about was a lack of bereavement leave and sick hours. So that New York State employees, not just for the state government, but for private employees, they get a lack of. Let's talk about bereavement. While a few years earlier, around 2017, 2018, the paid bereavement leave was added into the bill, but Governor Cuomo, decided to take it out of the bill because he didn't want employees and employers paying into paid bereavement leave when you lost a loved one. However, fast forward that later, people have lost loved ones to diseases, and to also man-eating viruses like COVID-19 and stuff like that, which has decimated a lot of lives and, of course, people tons and tons of grief. And right now, there's a lack of paid bereavement. Companies will give you only 3 days and they expect you to return back to work. Well, frankly, that's not good enough. We need better paid bereavement coverage for employees who has lost loved ones, to be able to heal and recuperate, and then once they're able to come back to work, then they could work. But as of now, 3 days is not enough, and I think the state could do better than that by its employees that work for private industries that are getting all these big tax breaks in New York State. I mean, I'll tell you this: these private companies get so many tax breaks, so many tax credits. It's not even funny. We honestly, and you know where those tax credits come from? From us. We subsidize them. We subsidize these tax credits that these big private employers get from us in order for them to help maintain their profitability. And we can't even get adequate paid bereavement leave. So Governor Hochul, the state senators, and assembly speakers, I hope you're listening to this, and I hope you guys do a better job of that, because that's what the working class want. That's what the low middle class want. That's what middle class America wants and needs, and we need that from you. The other thing I want to mention is 57 hours of sick time is just not enough. We need more sick time. It should be a part of a big plan, a big part of agenda of creating a 2,000 guaranteed work hours per year requirement. We could reform certain tax credits in order to create this move where every employee working for a private employer would be guaranteed 2,000 hours every year. That equates to a lot of productivity and guaranteed hours and guaranteed movement and guaranteed predictability when paying bills. We need that. We absolutely need that. And let's be honest, we're not getting that right now. And the working class continues to suffer. Right now, we have this thing called, you have a right to a guaranteed schedule. Well, technically, a schedule, we could write hours, but companies have the right to reduce your work hours, but try to still give you a same current schedule, predictable schedule, I meant to say. So right now, things need to be changed on that front as well. In order to the hours need to be given so the employees will be able to work and be able to pay their bills living in New York State. Another thing that I wanted to address, and that we haven't really addressed, is I talked about it on my podcast episode 2, is the minimum wage. We need a higher minimum wage in New York State. Inflation is high as hell, and honestly, checks are not going up. These companies are giving egregious percentage increases after a year of work. From 5 cents, 10 cents, 15 cents, 30 cents, 40 cents. That's not paying the bills. That's not going to pay higher rent increase. That's not going to pay higher gasoline prices, grocery prices. It's not going to do that at all. We need guaranteed better wage increases in order to meet our responsibilities to pay these bills. And I urge the governor to ensure that the minimum wage goes up and guaranteed better raises are included in the minimum wage, so that way the workers get better pay and that they could do out their responsibilities better. Because honestly, these starvation wages, as what Burton Sanders would describe, is apparent all over New York State, and it makes New Yorkers unhappy. This is horrible, 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 and it needs to be fixed. And again, I also mentioned a transition program from college to a career. I got a college degree, I got a bachelor's degree, and yet I'm stuck in the working class. Why? Because I can't get an opportunity to be an executive. So let's be honest, a change is needed. We need to do something. It needs to be done now. And I urge the governor to do something about that as well. For many people who are getting out of college and they have to work these low income, low paying jobs just to try to make ends meet. So a transition program is needed for college students coming out of college into career executive positions. We're going to talk about a lot more stuff in my next podcast episode. So thank you for listening. I appreciate y'all as always. BKJmacTV. Peace.